What's up, Spikes? Welcome back to another episode of The Spike Feeders. I don't know if we have a name for this or what, but this is what we're doing. Today we are playing INNISTRAD Brews in celebration of INNISTRAD Remastered. And I'm really excited because it's one of my favorite planes of existence within Dominaria. So, Dominion? It's fast and it's fun.
The Silex.
Anyway, so just some quick shout-outs. Shout out to Burrito Splendido for feeding the Spikes today. I love guacamole and I love queso. And what better things to put them on than burritos? So you should go check them out if you're in Winnipeg or in the Manitoba area. Also, shout out to our lovely channel sponsor, GameGenic. They supply all of the stuff that we use. We've been partnered with them for a while now, and they just keep releasing cooler and cooler things. So if you're looking for deck boxes and sleeves, you should definitely go check them out. And I am actually going to be going first in turn order because I rolled a 12 because I am better than you. I am playing, and I said that specifically to Elliot, I am playing Wilhelt the Rot Cleaver. This is a blue-black zombie deck that cares about making zombies, sacrificing zombies for value because he allows you at your end step to sacrifice a zombie to draw a card. I am intending to make lots of zombies and utilize them for various value, including taking life points out of my opponent's magical hats.
Not my hats. Well, hi everybody, my name's Alex, and today I'm playing Tovolar, Dire Overlord. That's right, I'm here to play day and night.
It's day and night.
It's copyright. Anyway, Tovolar Dire Overlord's a ghoul deck that's focused around wolves and werewolves, attacking with them, flipping them over, and tracking whether it's daytime or nighttime. We'll be able to do that with a handy thing on screen. And once we inevitably screw it up, you get to comment on it. So go comment down below every time we miss it. If it's 3 or more, you might get a plus.
I'm Elliot, and I am the human at the table today. All of my opponents, some of them might look like humans, but they're secretly wolves or bats. Vampires are bat humans, and zombies. Anyway, I'm playing Kyler. It's a Guardian Emissary. I'm going to make humans. It's a green-white humans deck. I'm going to make humans and put +1/+1 counters on the humans, hopefully mostly Kyler, to grow the humans. Mm-hmm. Because that's what Kyler does. Mm-hmm. Humans.
So just to be clear, are they humans or are they plants? Because you're growing them.
Humans grow.
Baby.
I'm Jim. Team Edward today. Represent. I am playing Edgar Markov. This is a deck that I'm calling Sad Beige Vampires for Sad Beige Children. If you take the colors in Mardu, it actually makes beige if you mix them all together. And yeah, it's a vampire deck. It uses Eminence, which is notoriously one of the best designed and most balanced mechanics in the history of all Magic design. And yeah, I'm just going to play some vampires, make some vampires, and then attack with some vampires, then play some vampires, and make some vampires, and then attack with some vampires.
Well, with that being said, let's crack into our GameGenic Sidekick Pros. So I'm going to be kicking us off, so I'll start by drawing a card. I'm just going to play this Fetid Pools tapped and pass.
Right on. We're going to draw. Y'all, we got there. Are you excited for me?
No.
Oh, okay.
Soul Ring?
It's a Spire Garden.
Nice.
Yeah,
Concede.
But this is a Soul Ring. With no follow-up past the turn.
Well, I was going to play this Witch Enchanter as a land, but now I'm going to use it to blow up your Soul Ring in 4 turns. Play this tapped Temple Garden and pass the turn.
Okay. I'll draw a card. I'll play a Vault of Champions and play turn 1 play that's better than Soul Ring.
Oh my god.
It's a Skull Clamp.
No
That is
way.
better.
I'll pass.
Arguably
In Edgar Markov?
better.
Yeah.
He makes 1/1s. Also, I'm slightly miffed. We did not sit in ascending commander mana value order. Just barely. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Are you going to be okay?
If you also noticed this before I pointed it out, no cheating, comment. If you didn't, you're just, we're just built different.
Elliot made us change colors of Sidekick Pro before the game. So
I'm a normal person. I'm a totally normal person. Totally normal guy.
I'm going to play this island. I'm going to play, actually, surprisingly, one of my favorite cards, Dread Horde Invasion. So this is at the beginning of my upkeep. I lose a life and amass zombies 1, and then whenever a zombie token I control with power 6 or greater attacks, it gains lifelink until end of turn.
That's pretty good.
I'll pass.
Right on. We're going to untap, upkeep, and draw. We'll play a mountainous land for turn. And we'll tap green, white. Well, I guess that's not white. That's colorless, right? So, yeah, fine, whatever. Anyway, it's a Weaver of Blossoms. It's a guy who taps. And it's also day-bound.
Oh, it is now.
It's daytime.
Imagination.
And with that, I'll pass the turn.
Untap. Drop. I will play this command tower. Ask me what it's like to have perfect mana base. Thalia's Lieutenant. It's a 2-mana 1/1. When it ETBs, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on each other human you control, which unfortunately is currently none. But then whenever another human enters, it gets a +1/+1 counter. It's gonna be good.
Interesting.
I will pass the turn.
All right.
Gonna get soul.
Untap. Draw a card. We're going to go Godless Shrine untapped. Go to 38.
First blood.
Oh,
Self-inflicted first blood.
And I'm going to cast Vengeful Blood Witch. This is a vampire, so it will trigger Edgar Markov to make me a vampire token.
it's already so much value.
Yeah, this is a 1/1, and it says whenever this creature or another creature I control dies, target opponent loses life, I gain a life. I'll pass.
I'm being aristocrated in my
do they
favorite video
make them
game.
haste? No, they don't.
I will untap, move to my upkeep, and amass 1 by losing a life. And then I'll draw a card. I'm going to tap 2 and play this Arcane Signet. And then play this Watery Grave tapped as my land for the turn. Gotta save my life total a little bit. Then this does not have haste, so I'll pass.
Well, everybody cast a spell during that round, so it is still day.
We're all awake.
We'll play Thornspire Verge. First, we're going to tap 2 and a red for Gyre Reach Bandit. Haste at the beginning of each upkeep. If no spells were cast last turn, transform this creature, which is notably different than Day-Night, but it's similar to Day-Night, so
This one came first.
is it a chicken or is it a werewolf?
This is like your Faldorn deck in Exile Zones.
Yeah.
This is just how many versions of Day-Night can we have in play.
Oh, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. Speaking of a lot, we're going to tap 1, 2, and 3 to cast Tovolar, Dire Overlord. That says whenever a wolf or werewolf I control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. At the beginning of my upkeep, if I control 3 or more wolves and or werewolves, it becomes night, then transform any number of human werewolves I control.
Oh, you can just force it to become night.
Oh, it does both?
Correct.
That appending on transform any number of human werewolves you control is very Yu-Gi-Oh! Except Frog the Jam. It's fixing problems from the past.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, speaking of Frog the Jam, Gyre Reach Bandit at Bill.
Well, I'm gonna block with my zombie.
Okay.
My free zombie.
Dead zombie.
I once again cast some spells this turn, so you go ahead with yours.
Alrighty. I will untap. I will draw. I've got a basic plains. Anybody know any like famous humans? How about Boromir, Warden of the Tower?
I've never met him.
Sean Bean.
Sean Bain.
Simban.
This is a 3-mana 3/3 with Vigilance. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. I got my eyes on all of you. And you can also sack them to give creatures I control indestructible and have the ring tempt me. Human, trigger, +1/+1 counter. I don't think I'm attacking anybody though. You got a 3/3. Bill's got nothing.
Bill's got nothing.
Jim.
What?
It's a 2/2.
Yeah, I'll take 2.
Got him.
36.
Got him on the ropes, boys. 36. I will pass.
Okay. Untap. Draw a card. Combat. Bill.
Me?
Get his butt.
Yeah, I'll take 2.
Post-combat main. I will clamp the token. Trigger. I am going to drain Alex. For
Ooh, it's
1.
target. Okay. 39 back to 37 for Jim.
37, yeah. And I'll draw 2 cards off of the Skull Clans.
2 whole cards.
Wow, they really balanced the hell out of this card, hey?
Yeah, it's a good thing it doesn't give them +1/+1.
Yeah.
Because that would be
Busted.
yeah, really strong.
Haunted Ridge. I'm going to play Falconwrath Pit Fighter. Trigger Edgar Markov.
That's so good.
It really is.
I hate vampires.
It's okay.
Surely you're not going to play anymore.
Indulgent Aristocrat. Edgar Markov trigger, make a vampire.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna pass.
Can you just imagine all these vampires just coming up out of the woods like clown car style, like honk honk, here's another one.
I don't
Clown
like that.
vampires.
Clampires. Clampires. I'm gonna draw a card. Actually, sorry. Upkeep. Make my zombie army again.
Now you missed it, actually. So.
Lose a life.
36.
Then draw a card.
No, you missed it. Lose 36 life.
Damn. I'm going to play this island as my land for the turn. And then I'm going to tap 4 mana and play a 4 mana spell. Notably not 0 mana. But I'm going to play Wilhelt the Rot Cleaver.
I just realized I'm using big dice. I'm actually going to use small dice to denote how many objects I've got.
Oh,
We
that's
use
pretty funny.
big dice for counters, small dice for a number of
So
objects.
you
talked
did that
about
in
this
response.
in the pregame, and Jim told us how to do it, and then immediately did it the wrong
I
way.
promptly did it the wrong
We're
way.
professionals.
Yep.
Anyway, Wilhelt the Rot Cleaver. Whenever another zombie I control dies, if it didn't have Decayed, I create a 2/2 black zombie token with Decayed. And at the beginning of my end step, I can sacrifice a zombie if I do draw a card. I will move to combat. And then I'll move to my post-combat main phase. My second main phase.
I say it's just your second main.
Yes. I'll move to my third main phase. Dang it.
That's my main phase.
I'm going to move to my end step. I'm going to trigger Wilhelt and sacrifice the zombie army to draw a card and create a zombie.
Crazy.
I hate everything about that scenario.
Synergy,
Pass.
baby. These ones can't block, or they just
They can't
kill themselves when
they can't block
attack?
and they explode at the end
After
of combat.
attack.
if
Oh,
they attack.
both.
That's a lot. Anyway, I've got a Tovolar trigger in my upkeep because I control 1, 2, 3 werewolves. So what I'm going to do is it's going to become night. So play the little night animatic here in a second. Yeah, that's the one. And then I'm going to transform any number of human werewolves I control, which is all 3 of these. And so we'll be back after I'm done with that. So I end up with Blossom-Clad Werewolf, which is a 3/4 that can tap for 2 mana. Viddenback Alpha, which allows me to have werewolves I control transform when they enter, and at the beginning of each upkeep it has a day ability that works the same as Daybound, Nightbound, blah, blah, blah. And then I've got Tovolar, thank you, Elliot, that says the same thing about drawing a card when they hit, but it also has Kessig Wolfrun text on the bottom half.
And these ones are Nightbound, and this one has Nightbound.
Nah, big quotation mark energy. Anyway, draw my card for turn. We'll play Arena of Glory as our land for turn, and then we'll tap 1, 2,
Are you exerting it?
no,
Just asking.
3, 4.
Perfectly cromulent question.
And very, very cromulent. Speaking of cromulent, Instigator Gang. Instigator Gang is a human werewolf that says attacking creatures I control get +1/+0, and at the beginning of each upkeep, blah, 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 transform. Unfortunately, it is a werewolf, so as it enters, I'll transform it. And so instead of that guy, I've got Wild Blood Pack. That's trample attacking creatures I control get +3/+0, and at the beginning of each upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells last turn, transform Wild Blood Pack.
I like Instigator Gang. I played that a lot when I was in high school.
3/+0.
As an instigator myself, let's go ahead and tap 4 more mana
Oh, God.
to cast Afflicted Deserter. Now, Afflicted Deserter is just a 3/2. It's not. Oh, it's a werewolf! So instead of that guy, I've got Werewolf Ransacker. That's a creature that transforms into it. I may destroy target artifact named Skull Clamp.
Skull them down.
If that artifact is put into a graveyard this way,
I would prefer it not to be.
it did though, it deals 3 damage to that artifact's controller, which is Jim.
You got smashed to smithereens.
Take 3.
Listen, all I'm saying is it was a symbol of Jim's church.
Are you done yet?
We're going to go ahead and move to attackies. All right, we're just going to have one attack. It's Tovolar over at Billiam.
7/4?
7/4.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal. It's just a 7/4.
It's okay. This zombie can block, right? Right?
No.
I'm gonna make a
Skywalker
decayed zombie for blocking, right? For
Right?
blocking, right?
I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't like it either.
I have lots of things that I can do about it, so
Yeah, please do.
I'm glad that you feel that way.
I'm gonna say no blocks. I'll just take 7. Go to 29. You can draw a card if you want.
Thank you. I actually have to draw a card.
Oh,
I think.
yes.
Yeah, I have to. It's not me.
Heavy is the head.
We can mill him out.
In that case, I'll pass to Elliot.
Yeah, I will untap, and then unfortunately it becomes day. No, wait. Fortunately, yeah. These things are worse on the other side.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
All right. Daytime.
Anyway, make sure to thank Phil for those lovely day-night animations that he came up with on the fly.
I'll draw for my turn.
Why do I have a feeling this is going to fall on me?
Play this forest. Well, like I was gonna kill this, but now it kind of feels like it doesn't matter. And he killed your skull clamp rather, so
You're welcome.
I also don't need to do that.
I mean, it's not a terrible... Like, he does have Kessig Wolfrun on his commander, right?
True on the backside.
Yeah,
sure.
Getting me out of some mana would really help, so I can only cast one spell instead of 2 spells a turn.
I think instead I'm going to make my friends fight each other. I'm going to tap 3 for this Orzhov Advocist. It is a human, so I'll trigger this. And this is a 1/4. And at the beginning of my upkeep, each player may put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature they control. If a player does, creatures that player controls can't attack me or planeswalkers I control until my next turn. Yeah, so I'll hope to live a turn and then
Start
make you guys fight.
Yeah, make Tovolar better.
I will pass.
Okay. On tap. There are no day-night implications.
I cast 1 spell,
good.
so
The thing you don't want to do right now is cast none spells.
none
Right.
spells left. Beef.
I'll play this Blood Crypt untapped, 32.
Whoa, 32, baby.
And if I'm being responsible, I should cast a spell. So I'm going to tap 3 and cast Veto, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. This says whenever I gain life, target opponent loses that much life. It's a vampire, so I'll make a vampire. Can't attack this turn. And in the face of no favorable attacks, I'm going to pass the turn.
All right. I will untap, and in my upkeep, I will trigger Dreadhorde Invasion, losing a life.
28.
28. Make a zombie, and then draw a card. I'm going to play this Underground River as my land for the turn. And then black, colorless. I'm going to cast Zombie Master. So this says other zombie creatures, period, have Swamp Walk, and other zombies have pay a black, regenerate this permanent.
Oh no.
I got
I've
bad
got
news.
Swamp Mountain and a Plain Swamp.
Whew!
Got bad news for you.
I got,
I got a rock.
well, I'm happy because I otherwise would not be able to really profitably attack with this Decayed Zombie. So I'm going to attack Jim for 2 with Swamp Walk.
I got nothing to do about that. 30.
30. This guy will died. Then I'm going to move to the end of my turn and sack the Dreadhorde Invasion token to Wilhelt and make a zombie and draw a card.
Sure. Bill, in your end step, I would like to act.
Oh.
I would like to cast Swords to Plowshares, targeting Tovolar?
Toblerone.
What if that's what I was holding up? You didn't give me an opportunity to use my priority.
I mean, you had priority before I did.
Yeah, it's called bullying.
I think I have that. So it's going to be
Gain some life.
3 life. Can you still pass Bill's turn for me?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Pass.
What?
You know what happened. Alrighty.
You know what you did.
Well, it is still day, unfortunately. Everybody weep for me.
Nope.
Okay, that's fair.
Boo, boo, boo.
Everybody let me hear you weep.
Rogue's Passage is our land for turn. Oh my gosh, why do I play games with you? All right. All right. Well, probably a day late and a few mana short, but this is Silver Fur Partisan. Silver Fur Partisan says trample, and whenever a wolf or werewolf I control becomes the target of an instant or sorcery spell, I could make a green 2/2 wolf creature and put it on the battlefield. We'll tap 5 to cast Tovolar one more time.
Yeah, how busted is that? It costs 3 up front.
Tobobler.
Mine costs 5. I haven't even cast it once, and he's cast it twice.
I didn't build the deck. What are you mad at me?
Oh, don't worry. I can tell.
It's funny because it's true. Wow, this board state's mighty jammed up, so we're gonna pass.
Alrighty. Prepare for it to get increasingly jammed. I will untap, and in my upkeep, I will offer you each the opportunity to put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, and if you do, you cannot attack me. Oh God! All right. Is it me too? At the beginning of my upkeep, each player.
Oh, yeah,
and then you can't attack.
And then I can't attack myself.
Oh, is life even worth living at that point?
I'm gonna make this a 3/6 because that seems cool.
Elliot, just to be clear, this means that none of us can make fun of you. We can't hurt your feelings, and you also can't do it to yourself.
No, I didn't agree to that.
Yeah, we'll take those off then. Okay, I'm gonna draw. All right. Well, because everybody took my offer, I'm free to take a turn off here. I will play this Path of Ancestry tapped and pass the turn.
I'll untap.
Mm-hmm.
In my upkeep, we've got a trigger.
It's nighttime. So
In response.
Oh. Is that a respondable?
Yeah, it's a trigger.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I'm going to rapid hybridization your afflicted deserter because I want to keep my arcane signet.
What? Okay, well then give me a green frog.
He is much happier now.
I also have a trigger. Silver for partisan. Whenever a wolf or werewolf becomes the target of an instant or sorcery spell, put a 2/2 green
That's fine.
wolf onto the battlefield.
Cool.
Goodbye, afflicted deserter.
Destroyed.
I will then have it be nighttime and also trigger werewolf transformation conditions.
Sacred Foundry, untapped.
Wow, free falling.
28.
Is that the trifecta?
Hey,
though?
me too.
He does have all 3 shock lines.
Yes.
He's assembled Exodia.
Then I'm going to tap 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
High Society Hunter. Hi.
Hi, Society Hunter.
It's like Jerry. Jerry is a vampire. Hi. Society Hunter.
Hi.
This is a 5/3 flyer, and whenever it attacks, I can sacrifice another creature. If I do, I put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and then whenever a non-token creature dies, I draw a card.
Just another non-token creature?
Yes.
Whoa.
Hey, Jim, is that a vampire?
It is. Thanks for asking. We're just going to do this. So I still have one that has summoning sickness, and I have 3 that do not.
Cool.
You're so smart and handsome.
I wasn't going to brag,
Why
but
are you pumping his tires?
I'm going to pass.
I need a job.
All right. Well, I'm going to untap.
It is still night.
It is still nighttime. I'm going to move to my upkeep and make a zombie army. Losing a life. 27.
I didn't think about this. It doesn't goad them, so Jim just doesn't have to attack.
Yep.
And I will draw. I'm going to play this swamp as my land for the turn. Then I'm going to tap. Let's go 2 blue and a colorless from, a blue, a colorless, and a black from the swamp. I'm going to cast Vizier of the Scorpion. This is a 3-mana 1/1. When it enters, amass 1. So I'll put a counter on my zombie army. And zombie tokens I control have Death Touch. Pretty good, if I do say so myself.
Just tokens?
Just
Zombie
tokens. Yes.
Weird.
But that means that the the decayed zombies I have
Also
now
have
have
death.
really good attacks.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to move straight through the combat step because I'd like to go to the end of my turn and trigger Wilhelt, sacrificing this decayed zombie. It does not make another decayed zombie, but I do still draw a card.
Okay, that's pretty good.
So I'm just going to do that.
Seems reasonable.
And then I'm just going to give this guy his own space, his own apartment, and I'll pass.
Okay, that wasn't 2 spells, was it?
It was one spell.
So it is still night
Alrighty.
as we come into my turn. Ah, we got there.
Uh-oh.
Who's excited?
You can't attack me, so me, I guess. Yeah, go Alex.
All right. Well, you know what they say in the business. What are we doing if we're
Let's go
not
do that hockey?
going for it? Speaking of going for it, we're going to cast Ulrich of the Krallen Horde.
Ooh.
That's a 4/4 human werewolf. When this creature enters the battlefield or transforms into Ulrich of the Krallen Horde, target creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn.
Target creature.
Target creature. It's target creature.
No, I'm not going to target that creature. So when he enters, I'm going to have him target Tovolar. Then I had a
Ref?
then I had a werewolf I control enter, so I'm going to transform it. So he'll transform into Ulrich, uncontested alpha. When he does, I may have it fight target non-werewolf guy in the air over here with my 6/6.
What?
It's a 6/6.
Get a load of this guy.
Get a load of this guy. Yeah, sure. So it dies. I have 2 triggers. Well, I have 1 trigger and then a second trigger. So this triggers target opponent. Alex is going to lose a life.
I'll go to 41.
I'm going to gain a life.
You'll do
29.
29.
That life gain will trigger veto, and Alex will lose another one.
Haha.
40.
Back
That
to
is-
the starting line.
Get his neck. Right? Vampires? Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Hey, Bill, you got a bunch of death touch, right?
I have 1 death touch, but I also do have other zombies have pay a black regenerate this permanent.
So it'd be
Free block.
probably good if I made it so that nothing could block my gigantic 10/10 Ulrich.
I would recommend not attacking me, but you are welcome to do whatever you want.
Ooh. Ooh, not attacking you.
For what it's worth, I would recommend attacking.
Is there a rationale for why I shouldn't attack you?
Your guy will not survive the attack regardless of what you do.
Okay, that's great information.
Spooky.
Speaking of free information, I'm going to go ahead and give Tovolar cannot be blocked this turn. I'm not going to move to combat, and I am going to swing Tovolar at the one remaining legal target, Jim's face,
Yeah,
for 13.
I'll take 13. That's commander damage. Go to 16.
16. All right.
16, 13 Tovolar.
Draw a card.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
In your end step, I would like to flash in this Cemetery Protector. It's a human, so that'll trigger this Thalia's Lieutenant. When it enters, I may exile a card from a graveyard, and whenever I play a land or cast a spell, if it shares a card type with the exiled card, I make a 1/1 white human creature token. So the spell will be the creature that Bill rapid hybridized.
Yeah, you got Afflicted Deserter.
Okay.
Creature.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Untap. Upkeep. It's a player, right?
It's a player cast 2 or more spells.
Perfect. Nothing happens. Draw a card.
Still night.
Still nice.
You have an upkeep trigger, I believe.
I do have my own trigger in my upkeep. Thank you, William. I would like to offer each of my opponents 2+1/+1 counters on a creature they control.
I'll decline.
I'll take that.
Alex is declining.
Oh, that's foreshadowing.
He's a threat.
Might be even 5 shadowing.
All right.
Chekhov's advocate.
I will accept my own offer and put 2 more on this. Now it is a 5/8 draw for turn. Let's go play that hockey, as it were. I will add a mana of any color in my commander's color identity and use it to cast this card, which is my commander. Therefore, it shares a creature type with my commander. So I will scry 1. I will put this card on the bottom. And then, unfortunately for me, but relevant, the Cemetery Protector is on cast. So I cast a creature. I will make a 1/1. So the token enters, will buff the lieutenant. Then Kyler enters, buffs the lieutenant, but does not get buffed by the token, unfortunately. Jim is the only one who accepted this turn. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
So Bill and Alex can attack me. I will go to combat. Alex, I will attack you with a 6/6 of my own. 1 Thalia's Lieutenant, attempting to exterminate the werewolf menace.
1 Thalia's Lieutenant.
I'll take this lovely frog lizard and feed it to that Thalia's Lieutenant.
Delicious. I will pass the turn.
Poor guy.
Wow, look at that escargot.
I'm going to untap. You only cast 1 spell?
Only 1, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got to cast 2 spell.
Or nothing.
Or nothing.
I don't have to do. I don't have to do anything.
You don't gotta do
You don't have to.
I'm
no.
passing.
All right.
Whoa.
Fascinating.
He's leaving 5 mana open? That's maybe scary.
All right, I'm just gonna untap here.
I have 3 onboard activated abilities that cost mana.
I can't read.
I'm going to move to my upkeep, lose an additional life, go to 26, make my army a little bit bigger, and then draw a card.
It's getting, like Jim and Bill are kind of low, but Alex is still at 40.
Whoa.
You're still at 40.
Yeah.
This side of the table ain't losing life.
Yeah. Humans, right? Am I right?
Yeah, we're the best.
This is a good card.
Stop that.
I am going to be casting 2 things.
Sick.
It's not good for you.
No.
I'm going to tap 5 here,
Uh-huh.
like this. Oh yeah, that's important. I need to play a land first. Play this island.
Mhm.
I'm going to tap 2 black, colorless, and 2 blue to cast Noxious Ghoul. Whenever Noxious Ghoul or another zombie enters the battlefield, all non-zombie creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn.
Oh no.
Bad for me, my human dies.
I think I would like to respond to it on the stack.
Yeah.
It's very bad for me. My 5 mana commander that I just cast.
Okay, I'm going to respond by tapping 2, sacrificing a vampire, and discarding a card. That card is Patron of the Vein. To draw 2 cards.
You can only do that if he did lose life from
I lost
the
life from Dreadhorde Invasion.
Yes.
Nice.
Dreadhorde Jambon.
And you know what? I'm going to do it again.
Whoa,
He's crazy.
I will sacrifice another one. I'm going to discard And They Shall Know No Fear to draw 2 cards.
You have 2 triggers from
I do have 2
Vengeful
triggers.
Bloodwitch.
Let's toss them both at Alex.
That's reasonable.
38.
Actually, I think it'll be a lot less than that, won't it?
No, it'll be
4 total.
Yeah. So I gain 2, going to 18.
Yeah.
Alex loses 4, going to 36.
There
Oh,
we go.
you're throwing the veto ones as well?
Yeah, why not?
Sounds good.
I mean, I've got such a commanding presence that totally won't go anywhere this time.
all right. So Noxious Ghoul enters.
Yep.
All creatures get -1/-1. All non-zombie creatures get -1/-1.
My human dies.
Once we
And so I lose 4 creatures.
yes, Vengeful Blood Witch
Yes,
triggers.
Vengeful Blood Witch triggers. I will point them at Alex's again.
For 8 this time?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 4 for you, 8
Yeah.
for him.
So I'll gain 4 going to 22. Alex will lose 8 going to 28.
Then I'm going to tap Arcane Signet and my 2 remaining lands to cast this Headless Rider. Whenever this or another non-token zombie you control dies, I create a 2/2 black zombie creature token.
Oh, trigger.
That triggers Noxious Ghoul, giving everything an additional -1/-1.
Silver for Partisan and my wolf token.
Kyler just got here and is now gone.
I got nothing.
Then I am not going to attack. I'm just going to move to the end phase of my turn, trigger Wilhelt, sacrificing the Headless Rider, which will create a zombie from its effect as well as one from Wilhelt, and I will draw a card. So that is an additional 2 zombies entering.
Oh.
So an additional -2/-2.
So I'll hit Vidden Pack Alpha and Blossom Clad Werewolf.
That's 4 total?
Draw a card. Yeah, 4 total.
Okay. So veto down.
Boromir and Cemetery Protector down.
Excellent. Then I'm just kicking back.
In your end step, I am going to path Tovolar.
On Tovolar!
On Tovolar.
On Tovolar! On Tovolar!
On Dasher. On Tovolar.
On go to the command zone and go get a land. We'll find this mountain and cry. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. I'll
for me.
untap. It becomes day. So there's the guys. Oh, Ulrich will give himself +4/+4 until end of turn.
Sounds good.
And we'll draw a card. We'll play Bonder's Enclave as our land for turn. We're going to tap for 3 for Howling Moon. At the beginning of combat on my turn, target wolf or werewolf I control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, I create a 2/2 wolf. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Tap 7.
Uh-huh.
To Tovolar?
Actually, exert Arena of Glory. Tap 6.
Ooh, okay.
Cast Toblerone.
Toblerone.
Got it.
He's got haste.
Hasty.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to move 2. Yeah.
Point of order. Arena of Glory costs 1 to exert it and then gives you 2, I believe.
So you were correct, Bill, so I'll go ahead and tap this to make it good. I'm going to move to combat. At the beginning of combat on my turn, target Tovolar gets +2/+2.
You got a 5/5 and an 8/8.
Tag Jim for 9.
Yeah, I'll take 9.
Whoa.
13.
13.
Draw a card. Pass turn.
Untap. In my upkeep, I would once again like to offer each of my opponents 2 +1/+1 counters.
I'll take it.
On the creature they control.
No.
All right. I am once again putting them on the Advocist. It is now a 7/10. We'll draw for turn. All right. We're doing a little bit of under the table politicking. We maybe cut some amount of that.
Good morning.
But I'm going
Poked my
to.
knee.
I'm going to elect to not cast a spell this turn in order to advantageously for me, hopefully, use this Ulrich Fight trigger. I will play this tapped Witch-Blessed Meadow because I would like to try to get to 7 mana. Pass to Jim.
Okay. I'll untap.
Trigger!
Trigger.
It's going to be nighttime. All right, I've got Ulrich Uncontested Alpha, and he's going to Von Liechtenstein all over that Noxious Ghoul.
Oh, I don't like that.
Sad. Whenever another zombie I control dies, if it didn't have Decayed, I make a zombie with Decayed. So I will do that.
Other one.
Boop. I have 2 Decayed zombies.
Okay. I'll draw a card. I'll play this Vault of the Archangel. I'm going to pay a black to cast Vampire of the Dire Moon. That will... It's just got Death Touch and Lifelink.
It's just a Vampire Nighthawk?
Yeah. And it makes a vampire. Then I'm going to tap 2 and cast Charismatic Conquistador.
The Conquistador.
Oh, the Conquistador.
Trigger. I will make a second one. Then Okay. Well, I'm gonna main phase this. I will Anguished Unmaking the Zombie Master.
The Zombie Master.
So that'll exile it. I'll go to 10.
He's Deadzo.
And then I'm just gonna pass.
All right. Let's untap and lose another life in my upkeep.
I have a trigger.
Actually, yeah, Alex's trigger happens first.
Ooh.
So we'll flip them over.
Daytime.
When Ulrich of the Krallen Horde becomes Ulrich of the Krallen Horde, we'll give Tovolar +4/+4.
It's big. Big guy.
Big
All right.
guy.
I'm going to move out of my upkeep into my draw step and draw a card. So I'm going to kick things off with an old favorite of mine. I played this a lot like 10 years ago. I'm going to cast Victimize. I'm going to choose 2 target creature cards in my graveyard, which is Headless Rider and Noxious Ghoul. I will sacrifice a creature. It's going to be one of these decayed zombies to put these both back into play. They are tapped.
Oh, this is so sad.
So yeah, they are tapped, so I don't have to worry about Charismatic Conqueror. Noxious Ghoul triggers and sees himself and another zombie, so everything gets -2/-2.
Oh, I don't like that.
I also don't.
Can I do anything about that? No. Yep.
Did you just put a token in your graveyard?
Yeah, it goes there briefly.
Okay.
Has priority been checked yet?
Yes.
Check this. Priority.
I'm going to move to combat. I'm going to just attack Elliot with this decayed zombie for 2 with Death Touch.
Yeah, 38.
Uh-oh. Elliot's been touched. Game's gonna end.
This
Scary.
dies.
It had death touch, so he's dead, actually.
Yeah, he died.
It got touched, now dead.
I'm going to move to the end of my turn and trigger Wilhelt, but in response to that, I'm going to cast Malakir Rebirth targeting Headless Rider. So choose target creature, I lose 2 life. I'm going to go to 23. And then until end of turn, this gains, when this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. So I'm going to sacrifice the Headless Rider, which will trigger itself and Wilhelt. So I'll make 2 zombies, making an additional regular zombie and a decayed zombie, which will trigger Noxious Ghoul to give everything -2/-2, and then the Headless Rider will come back into play. So it'll be a total of -5/-5 this turn, I believe.
Wow. Okay.
If my math is correct.
Alrighty.
And that's the... and I
dice.
draw a card from Wilhelt.
Oh.
And that's it for me.
All right, well, I'm really glad that I gave Tovolar +4/+4. I'll untap. Oh, Instigator Gang is not actually my commander. Get out of there.
I would make it my commander.
And draw cards. I will play Castle Garenbrig as our land for turn. Oh, I did make some wolves at some point, but they're all dead now.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Sure.
if you've already commented that, good catch.
The Noxious Ghoul was spawn camping. So
It's true. It was.
Sure is. Yeah. That card's too good at this table.
I should have exiled that one instead of...
And we're going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. Escape to the wilds. Exile the top 5 cards in my library. I may play cards exiled this way until the end of turn. I may play an additional land. We're going to hit Full Moon's Rise, Village Watch, Chandra's Ignition, Arlen, Skullclamp. Another one!
These are many good cards.
Many good and notable cards. Give me just a minute to figure out what I want to do. Well, red, 1 and 3. That's Chandra's Ignition on Tovolar for me.
Okay. 5 damage to everything?
5 of them.
5 of them damages to each other creature and each other opponent.
I believe that does nothing to Elliot, nothing to me. And many things to Bill.
Well, then I have a response, because
Uh-oh.
I don't want my zombies to die, especially not this Noxious Ghoul. He was just born. This is my son. I'm going to reality shift your Tovolar.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's probably the game, but...
That saves me 5 damage.
All right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, that's
You're
half,
welcome.
That's half my life total.
Tovolar to the command zone, and this manifest to the over here
To the
zone.
manifest zone.
Do we have a manifest? All right, well, that's a manifest. Y'all remember what that means. I've got these up here that are in exile, so don't think that they're like real or anything.
Yeah, you may cast them until the end of your next turn.
Correct.
If we make it there.
I would say if we make it there, we got stuff going on. Did anybody cast 2 turns, 2 spells? You didn't? Did you cast another spell? You got another instant?
I did not cast a second.
Could you though?
I could not, actually.
Okay. Target wolf. Oh, wah, pass.
At the end of Alex's turn, this isn't as good as it could have been, but I've got this Call the Coppercoats, which I will strive once because I might as well. I have 5 mana, so I will be targeting or choosing any number of target opponents, and I make X 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens, where X is the number of creatures those opponents control. It'll be Bill and Alex, I guess.
3,
so
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
so I make 9, and the Thalia's lieutenant gets 9 +1/+1 counters. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it would have been really cool with my commander in play, but that was not to be. So I will untap. Another thing that would have been cool with my commander in play is my upkeep trigger. My opponents may put 2 +1/+1 counters on creatures they control.
Yep.
No, thank you.
The biggest manifest.
Mine will once again be the Orzhov Advocist. So it is an 9, 12, something like that. Draw for turn. All right. You know what they say on the spike feeders, actually, explicitly. Let's go
And
play
inventors unfair.
that hockey.
Oh.
I'll tap this for a white. I've got an Esper Sentinel, which does share human, so I will scry 1. I'll leave that one on top. If we make it there, that's a pretty good one. I think my hope here is that Bill doesn't have another counter spell or a removal spell. So I will cast this Akroma's Will.
Oh.
A third thing that would have been cool to have my commander in play for. I would like to choose Flying, Vigilance, and Double Strike for all of my creatures until end of
Is
turn.
that enough?
Not everybody, but lots of you.
Oh, okay.
I will then go to combat.
So just real quick, I believe you cast 2 things this turn. So
I did. The Akroma's Will was the second spell. Then I will be moving to combat. I would like to attack Jim with 5 humans and the rest at Bill for greater than your life total currently.
So it's 6 creatures that are attacking me?
Yes.
Okay, well, hang on. Yeah, no blocks.
Yeah, I also have no.
Okay.
Sorry, move to damage?
Yes, please. First strike.
Yeah.
Okay, Jim goes to 5.
Yeah.
Bill goes to dead.
Yeah, negative dead.
Okay, and then Jim goes to dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've died.
Alrighty. I will once again consolidate these because they had vigilance. Alex,
yeah,
don't kill me.
I can't even attack you.
Yeah,
You
or
took the
something.
deal? Hey, yo, I'm a genius. All right, go ahead.
Oh, we got there. Look at how good we got
Oh
there.
my god.
Look at how good we got there. We got that Crag Crown Pathway, maybe.
I actually love the pathways.
Me too.
No cap.
Some
Always factual.
No, Craig.
No Craig.
We'll tap 3 and green and I don't know, one of these, I guess, for Sage of Ancient Lore. When he enters the battlefield, I'll draw a card.
His power and toughness are equal to cards in your hand?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
This 5 mana cycle.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that for me.
We'll cast Skull Clan.
Ooh, trigger.
Yeah, go ahead.
I knew it. I put that card there.
I'll tap 2 for Full Moon's Rise.
I don't get another
Werewolf
trigger.
creatures I control get +1/+1 and +0 and have trample.
And you can sack it to regenerate them. I play with that card a lot.
Say ooh again.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then we'll cast Arlen the Paxo.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put Village Watch into exile forever.
Okay.
When Arlen's pack come in, blah, 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 it's daytime. Until my next turn, I may cast creature spells as though they had flash, and each creature I control enters the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on it. Boop. So that's +1.
You got a plan?
Oh, God, no. Pass.
Alrighty, I'll untap. In my upkeep, Orzhov Advocist. I would like to put 2 +1/+1 counters on this Esper Sentinel.
Take it,
my
coward.
God.
Now he's got to pay 3 for his next
This is
non-creature
wild.
spell. The wolf? You're sick with it.
I got 2 4/4 blockers. What are you going to do?
Draw for my turn.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's continue to play that hockey.
Okay.
Green, white. This one's not a human. Get in the comments at Aaron because this is a flavor fail. But Conclave Mentor. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature I control, that many +1 are put on it instead.
Sure.
I don't know. Gigantic Engine is a flavor fail.
And then Lenore, Autumn Sovereign. This is a 4-mana 0/4. At the beginning of combat of my turn, it has Coven. So put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature I control. Then if I control 3 or more creatures with different powers, draw a card.
Well,
That one is a human, so that'll trigger this, and it'll get 2 more +1/+1 counters. And then we'll go to combat. Trigger Lenore, put a +1/+1 counter on the Esper Sentinel, which is actually 2. Draw a card, and then I'd like to attack you.
Okay.
Okay, these things.
Instead of doing math, I would like to propose a tournament shortcut where I've lost the game.
Okay, I like that.
Good morning.
You may have one. You may each have one if you so choose.
I'll save it.
Okay, let's go to the post-game wrap-up.
Wow, what a good game.
Woo! I wanted my commander in play for this effect so badly. I get to choose both. They get lifelink, indestructible, protection from all colors. I make like it was a million if you didn't wipe their boards too. And this says other humans you control get +1/+1 for each counter on Kyler, and it's got the Thalia's Lieutenant text. Like my 1/1s would have been 50/50s or something, right?
It's very sad. I think I was literally one Noxious Ghoul trigger away from wiping your board twice.
Ooh.
I think they were 5/5s the first turn that I did it and gave -4/-4, and then they were 6/6s when I gave -5/-4.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you were really close to having complete control in that game. That Noxious Ghoul was the difference between you participating and the rest of us
Yeah,
winning.
I was like kind of excited when the Noxious Ghoul went away, and then I was like, I can rebuild a little bit. This Conquistador probably makes me a couple of vampires before I untap. Nope.
Came right back.
Yeah, getting rid of the Skull Clamp early was really clutch. I feel like I would have snowballed had that not gone away.
Yeah, if I hadn't had that specific, I think you would have been out to the races.
you basically get to append 1 mana onto all of your vampires to make them divinations.
Yeah. I will say I'm really actually glad that I hit Sol Ring because I don't know that my rollout or participation in this game would have been nearly as relevant without it.
Right. You drew a lot of the early interaction as well, right? Like you had 3 targeted removal spells.
Yeah,
back then?
Path, Swords, and Vanquished.
Yeah.
And you reality shifted and hybrided me.
Oh my god.
So I took 5 shots.
Yeah, and you were still pretty big.
Yeah, exactly. But what I was getting at is if I'd taken even half of that without the Sol Ring around, I don't know that I would have been able to participate.
Right. Yeah.
I'm glad that you had the Soul Ring because nobody targeted any of my stuff.
Honestly, you just kind of sat there and played Snake in the Grass, which was honestly a good play.
This Advocist is sneaky really good, right?
And like really good.
Like just small synergies, like
It's sick with
additional
Esper
+1/+1 counters, Esper Sentinel if I had it earlier, or the Commander, right? Like,
Sorry, why is it good with Esper Sentinel?
Grows its power.
Yeah,
so then you have
it's
to
not pay 1,
more.
it's pay equal to its power.
Oh crap! I always forget that.
Yeah.
It never comes up.
You never played Modern. People were equipping Colossus Hammer to this thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think you just pay, right?
Yeah, pay 11.
On the
It loses flying. It's balanced.
on the turn that I gave everything -5/-5, there was also I could have Grey Merchanted. It wouldn't have done much except for kill Jim.
Yeah.
You were still at 40, I'm pretty sure.
38.
Yeah, you were at 38, and Alex was at something similar.
I was at like 20.
Yeah, I had you at 28.
something like that.
So like it would have gotten you guys low, and I would have gained a bunch of life because I would have gotten 2 triggers for like I think it was 16 total was my math. It would have been really good, and I maybe wouldn't have died to you.
Or like maybe I have to attack you with like everything.
Yeah.
or
Well, actually,
something.
no, I definitely would have survived because it would have been 8 from each of you, so 24, 48 for me.
Yeah, that would have been rough.
It's
We might have
possible.
died.
It's possible that was the play, but also there was just a bunch of stuff on the board, and I wanted Noxious Ghoul to come back. So
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to protect your Noxious Ghoul with all sorts of cool Gamegenic products like the Slide Case, like the Sidekick Pros that we cracked into at the beginning of the game, or any of the stuff behind Alex and Bill, you can get that from Gamegenic. Go to your LGS, ask them for Gamegenic. It's the best stuff out there. We all know it. You all know it. That's why we promote them. Because we really like their stuff. We also want to thank Burrito Splendido. I can smell the burritos upstairs. We're actually just about to go eat lunch. So shout out to Burrito Splendido. If you're in Winnipeg, any of the locations in Winnipeg are going to give you the best burritos around.
That's when you put them on screen.
We also want to thank our patrons down there and all over the place. Patrons, you are awesome. You help us make all of this really cool content. And if you want to join the patrons ranks, $1 a month, $2 a month, $5 a month, it gets you access to our Discord. It gets you access to games early and maybe some extra games that nobody else sees other than just our patrons. That's a very, very cool thing.
that's kind of cool.
So go check that out, patreon.com/thespikebeaters, and we'll catch you next time.